Welcome to episode 5. I did some work in between episodes. I fixed my microphone a little bit so it sounds better. And I've downloaded some data packs and resource packs to fix my world a little bit. You can obviously see the bushy leaves, but I also added 3D iron bars. So now it's a pixel thick instead of just being like paper thin. And then I also added the pot texture so it adds this line on these flower pots. I also added 3D rails and ladders, so it's not just the iron bars that got 3D, it's also the rails and ladders. There was an option for vines, lichen, and skulk stuff, whatever it's called, but I didn't get that because I think it was just too much. But anyways, in the last episode, I made an iron farm right here, and it spits out iron really fast. It already has about 3 stacks, but the only problem is iron golems can spawn up there, I think, is where it spawned in. But it was like a iron golem right here. I know he can't spawn right here because I followed the video correctly. So it must be that right there. Alright, I just added some slabs up there to fix that. But I also changed the texture of the scaffolding. And these are all just vanilla tweaks, resource packs, and data packs. But anyways, back to today's video where I wanted to finish off this block right here. And I want to just put in a house right here and right here. And in later episodes, I might finish the rest of the village. For this first house, I want to make it out of mud. And I've already gathered 4 stacks, but I want a trim of dripstone around the bottom. So I'm going to have to go collect that. Luckily, I know exactly where a dripstone cave is because my house is right over that hill. And I see it almost every time I go collect clay. Alright, I'm back at the base with the dripstone, and now I'm going to make the trim at the bottom. I don't know if I want it to cover up this road and like make an archway. Maybe this could be like the garage or something of the house, like a little workstation or something. Alright, I got the house laid out. I have 2 windows in the back, 2 windows in the front. And then the entrance is in the little workshop area over here. And there's a back entrance too. I don't think I'm going to add windows on this because it's kind of outside. Although I might add fences here as windows. But have them higher up and keep the ground at this level. Alright, yeah, and then just add in like some fences as windows. Alright, I think I'm pretty much done with the first floor now, other than adding in the actual floor. I just don't need the windows too, but I'm done with the walls at least. And I've added in those spruce stairs. Spruce fences, I mean. Now I'm just going to add in the floor real quick. I want it to be birch because it's kind of a darker build, so I'm going to add in lighter highlights. Alright, now I'm going to add in the windows, and I'm going to do the same as I did on that factory and use stained glass instead, because it just looks slightly nicer than the clear ones. Makes it like a little bit more blurry. Just going to kind of do that texture. I want the roof to be made out of bamboo. I don't want this to be a second story. I want this to be like just a slanted roof. And then this will have the second story, and we'll also have a bamboo roof up here. Alright, I also want to fix this thing right here. It's the floor of the garage. Kind of weird to have the gutter drains going through it too. So I'm going to stop them right there at the road. And make it just turn like that. Alright, and the entrance to the sewer is also here, so I can't really cover that up. Alright, I'm going to add in jungle log trim. Because I already used dripstone down there, so I think it'll look good to have jungle logs up here. And then I'm probably just going to copy the bottom floor up to here. Alright, I finished the roof, but it looks very yellow, so I'm going to add in some oak slabs. I don't know how I'm going to do this, though. I might make, like, stripes to go along the bamboo. Alright, I think that looks way better than just the pure yellow that was on there. Although it does kind of blend in with the bricks a little bit more. I think it's fine. I gotta add in an archway or something right here because it's kind of ugly having slabs like that. Alright, I have an idea. That, and then... That's pretty cool. And then I can add a cart in the back corner, which is a really small 1 block wide cart. Alright, I'm just gonna make a really small cart right here. Alright, and I need like walls on it though. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I know I want signs, and I have trapdoors too. Alright, this is the design I came up with until I have an idea of what I'm gonna put in this empty building. But now let's work on the second story. I also want it to be made out of mud bricks. I'm going to use the remaining packed mud as texturing for the walls, but I'm going to need way more mud. I only have about a stack and a half. Alright, I've decided what I want to do with the front here. I think I'm going to add that there. And then, one more lower. Alright, and then I'm going to take this out. And this will be like a little overhang window. And then these trapdoors on the edges will just be trim. Which way? Have it on the top. Place it there. I'm just gonna wrap this around. And then in here, I want to have logs, sort of. And then I can use that. Some planks. Just using what I have. This in here. Alright, I think that looks really good. I just need to build up the wall around it and then the roof, and then it should be done. But first I need to go collect more mud bricks because I am pretty much out. Alright, I've textured the entire bottom floor with that extra mud that I just made, and now I'm going to create the second floor. I think I just do the windows that I did on the bottom floor right here. Just 2x3, then go over them. I guess do the same thing over here. Alright, I got the main structure built out now. It's a lot of windows. What does it look like from the outside? That's not that bad. I need to texture the top part like I did the bottom. I think this side will be fine because I do want to have this as my industrial district, like through here. And add like maybe a factory about right here where I'm standing. Have kind of like a little lawn back here or like an alleyway. Put a tree. Alright, I think that looks really nice. I don't think I need the windows out the back since I'm going to have another building there. Well, this building, that'll go right here. We'll go all the way back to about right here somewhere. Alright, I think I'm nearly done with this house. I've added in all the windows. Except for that one, apparently. And I've also added in the floors and a staircase, little handrail. But now I want to add stuff to the front because it's kind of plain right here. Like that. And then I'm going to add some azalea bushes. And then for the shutters, I want to do a new trick that I learned. Place the trapdoors like they're open. And then you take signs and you place it on there to look like boards going across. Alright, and then it looks really good, like it shutters, and then I have like a little flower bed underneath. And I think this is completely done now, other than interior stuff. But I'll worry about that later. Alright, now I'm going to work on this house right here, but first I need to extend the road a couple of blocks. Alright, I finished the road, and now I'm going to take more of the sidewalk block that I used. And I'm just going to extend it all the way out, and it's going to be the floor in here. All right, I'm starting on the outline now, and I want this to be a restaurant. I also want the second story of this building to have the farms in it for pumpkin pies, because that's what I want my food source to be. So I'm going to have sugarcane and chickens up there, and then the pumpkin farm will be underneath. So I want like 2 pipes coming out the back of the building and going down. Since this is going to be the industrial area, it'll look really nice next to that. All right, now that I got the outline done and the floor is in, I'm going to put in the walls. And they're just going to be made of stone. I don't think I'm going to texture them any. I might add glow lichen to them though, just to add something. All right, I finished the walls and I've made a archway right here, but now I want to stick out the wall like this. And this is so the sidewalk doesn't seem like it's pushed so far back like it is. All right, and then I want to make it out of light gray terracotta. And I want to do what I did on that green building where I added a sign trim around the edge. I think that looked nice. All right, I finished the walls, and now I'm going to add in second floor. All right, that went perfectly. I'm going to add in just 2 beams, and then I'm going to fill in the floor with slabs. All right, I'm now adding that sign trim I was talking about earlier, just all around the edge. And then over here, I want like a gutter to go down the wall right here. So I'm going to use birch fences to do that. All right, so I'm going to do this, just go up. And then I guess right here, I'll burn it, and then go up further. And that'll connect to the roof once I have it. But it doesn't actually function because this is Minecraft. All right, it's the next day in real life, and 1.21.6 came out. I don't know if I like that fog. There is a cloud distance meter now, and I think I love this because it used to be like right here somewhere, I think, where the clouds would just stop right there, and then there wouldn't be clouds like off in the distance. But now, whoops. But now I can make this thing go all the way up to 128, which is, what is that, 4 times the render distance, I think. Yeah, 32 chunks, 128. Of course, none of my data packs that I downloaded earlier in this video work now because it's the new update. So I'm going to just go back. Because did they add anything new? They added ghasts, and Vibrant Visuals isn't out yet. I don't think they added anything game-changing, so I'm definitely going to go back to 1.21.5 just to have my data packs and things, and resource packs. I forgot that you can't go back on a world if it's an older version. Okay, I freaked out there a little bit because I thought I wouldn't have any of the texture packs that I just downloaded for this video, but apparently they already updated them, and it's only been like an hour. So I'm going to go download all those and try and get them all back if I can. All right, I thought I was going to lose all of my data packs and resource packs, but apparently they instantly updated them like an hour after the update. So everything's fine and everything's fixed, but there are zombies, creepers, and skeletons in here. Yeah, fix that. I also finished off this back part right here. I still need to add in like the pipes that I was talking about, and they're just gonna have hoppers inside them. And up top we'll have sugarcane and eggs. And then down below somewhere I'm gonna have pumpkins, and they'll come up from the floor like right here somewhere and go into a storage system. right here, and then the eggs will be like right here, and then the sugar cane will be right here, and that'll have all the ingredients for pumpkin pies, so I'll never have to worry about food again. And this will be like a little restaurant out front, so it'll kind of look like food belongs here. I've been killed by a warden twice, and all my stuff is down in a cave. I don't know what to do. I was about to put lava on it, but I don't have any lava. I have some wool, but that's barely gonna help. My stuff's been down there for almost 10 minutes, and that's all my diamond armor and gear. I don't know what to do. I was mining for redstone to finish off the food farm, and a warden spawned. And you can't kill them at all, really. They're pretty much impossible to kill. They can two-shot you when you have full diamond armor that's enchanted. It's right there. Made a little tunnel here, but far enough down. Oh. Dang it, don't kill me, please. I'm dead. What am I supposed to do here? What am I supposed to do? There's nothing you can do. Like, your stuff is just gone when you get one of them. Like, my stuff is most definitely despawned by now. Yeah, all my stuff despawned. May as well just quit the game. Alright, it's been a day since I last recorded, and I've gotten some of my tools back, and I've gotten a ton of villagers to trade with now. Now that I have mending books from the villagers, I can add them onto my new tools. And this old sword, which this is the only tool that survived because it was already broken, so I just put it in a chest. But now I can go fix it with... I also went to the Nether and got smithing template for the rib armor trim, and I got the new music disc. I went into the Nether to get potions to cure these guys down, so their trades cost less. And I have one of each type of protection in here, so I can get really good armor later on. But back to what I was doing before I died to a warden. I was finishing off this food farm, and I already had the sugarcane and eggs put in, which were these two pipes. But then the pumpkins, which were in the basement because they wouldn't fit up there, it was like half finished when I died, and so now I need to go finish that. I actually died looking for redstone dust, but I just went strip mining and got a whole bunch of redstone, so now I have enough to finish it. And the entrance to the pumpkins are just down in this hole in the middle of the street, and apparently half of them didn't grow. Wait, oh, it's because of lighting, I think. Okay, I got some glowstone, so I think if I light this up, it should start growing. So I put one on each corner. Kind of like that. Okay. I mean, it's not really even, but whatever. You won't really see it in the basement. So now I need to put in the observers and pistons, so the pumpkins automatically get harvested. Okay, that's really annoying, but I think I did this all wrong. So the pistons have to be placed down below. So I think I'm going to have to destroy the entire minecart track that I made earlier and then rebuild it later. Or do I destroy the farm? I think I have to destroy the farm. Yeah, I could just put a trapdoor here and then just crawl in and place the farm back in. Alright. This hurts. Oh, why? Why? Alright, then I should just be able to hoe the ground where I need it. Just placing the seeds. Now it's just the redstone on the roof. I think I put on the observers. I'm not too sure. I don't know if I need blocks here or not. I don't think I do. Should be able to just place it here and then it should work. And then I have to go fix this thing that I made over here. Alright, and then this should be the last piece and it should start working. That's a problem. How do I get it there? Not breaking this. Could put it over here. And then have this over here. I have enough. Why is there a lever right there? That makes no sense. Why is there a lever there? Accidentally put it there, I guess. Should be able to put it right here. Alright, now it should work. Oh, that lever was for this to be powered on. And then... And that wasn't just a random lever, that was to power on the rail. Then I place this down, it should just go around. Other than this one corner, but that's fine. It should bounce back, and it should come all the way back here. Okay, I think it's working. I gotta test if the output on this thing actually works. So if I put something in here, I think I just picked it up. Whoops, hold on. Put something in there. I should be able to find a piece of cobblestone in the storage system up here. It did not work. Okay, that's what I thought. I had to put in some soul sand with the kelp. Get me out of here. Okay. Gotta break the kelp. Put those back. Alright, now I should be able to do it. Yep, it worked. And the kelp goes in too. Okay. So that means that all three of these tubes actually work. And now I just need to put a roof on it. And then I think this building is done other than the interior on the restaurant. Okay, I know I said I was going to do the roof, but I realized my pumpkins had grown because I AFK'd for a second. But some of them aren't being harvested. Oh, there's not redstone here and here. Alright, I need to go get 2 pieces of redstone. Is that it? Yeah, I think it's just those 2. And that should fix this problem. Alright, I wanted to put this hopper on the top of the gutter right here. And then I wanted to add slabs. And then it should kind of blend in there. Put that there. Kind of weird that I have it as like a half slab on the edge. Usually you don't do that. Usually it's like 1 slab up from where it is now. I don't know what to do right here. I cut it out to fit the shape of this building. But I think I might do it the other way. And add back in the bamboo and oak. I need 2 bamboo, 1 oak. Alright, 2 bamboo and 1 oak. And I already did all this. Just need to fill in, I think, now. Just realized I placed this wrong. Alright, I thought that was kind of plain right there, so I'm gonna add in... Alright, I'm gonna put in like a board going across right here. I don't fall. All right, and then I'm going to put in tables and chairs down here. Actually, before I put in the table and chairs, I want to put out some umbrellas right here to like add an overhang almost. All right, I got all the materials for the umbrella, and I think I want to put like some vines up there later, but all right, then I get the pistons, put them in, put some levers underneath. All right, then I put that there. Scaffold. All right, then I put wool on top. And then I surround them with beds. Okay. I want to have this one like rotated sort of so the colors don't 100% match. But they need to be in the same order. It's very colorful. I kind of like it. Let's put some chairs under it. All right, and for the chairs, I'm just going to put slabs with trapdoors like that, and then signs. All right, I built the rest of the chairs in. They're the same design as these ones that I built earlier. But now I want to add in some lanterns to light up the place. And I wanted to add paintings on the wall, and I got the data pack that helps me put paintings how I want them. Alright, that ticking is so annoying. I'm gonna have to change that to a comparator later. But I added this painting on this wall, and whatever this one is on this wall. But I wanted to add this one because it looks like a menu, sort of. And then there's this creeper painting, which I wanted to be like the cashier, sort of, is the creeper. I think that looks funny. Alright, then finally I'm going to add in some item frames as plates with the pumpkin pies on them, since that's all we sell at this restaurant. I'll put them on here. That's weird looking. Can't really place it there. Alright, I think that's pretty cool. And then I also have some barrels I forgot about. Put them right here. And that's where I'm going to store the pumpkin pies once I craft them. But I think that's pretty much finished for the inside of the restaurant. Alright, I'm now going to fill in this little garden bed that I have right here. I'm just going to make it the same as that one. Just going to add in like one little tree and then the flowers underneath it. Alright, got the stem of the tree done, but before I finish it, I need to add in a trim along this because it looks so weird having those two blocks separate like that. Now it looks a lot better. I mean, you can still see it through the gutter thing that I added right there, but that's just extra detail. But the tree looks good. I just need to add leaves to it and then the flowers underneath. Alright, I finished off the leaves. Now I'm going to add in the bushes and flowers. Alright, now that I finished the flowers, I'm just going to add in some dried leaves. Alright, I think that looks good, and I think it looks exactly like this one almost. And I think I'm going to just call that the end of the video since I created the entire block. I didn't fill in that building, but it's fine. I don't really know what to put in it. I mainly just wanted the food farm, which I did. And I think it looks really nice too. I haven't used paintings in forever, but since they added in the new ones, I downloaded that data pack that makes it to where I can select which ones I want. And it makes it 1,000 times easier to place them. I am going to swap that out for a comparator to not have the clicking noise all the time, because that'll drive me nuts. I think the creeper looks really funny as like the cashier.